I'm going to talk about my latest fitness phase I'm going through. Every 3 years, I like to change up my training style, my training strategy. So I like to approach it every 3 years, 2 years, 2 to 3 years, a little bit differently. This is so I don't plateau and because variety is really important when you've been training for over 20 years. So if you're doing the same thing constantly, you get bored with it and you're less motivated. So to increase the motivation and to also overcome plateau and to basically try to transform myself, I am trying to perform more hypertrophy training, which is generally focusing on muscle strength and size. Uh, we are trying to stress the muscle at each body part for at least 50 to 100 reps per week, if not double that. Basically, we want to get about 10 sets per muscle group per week. So however you do that, whether that's quads for 3 sets one day, 3 sets another day, and then maybe 4 sets another day, or you're getting 6 sets in one day and 4 sets in another day. I like to perform 3 to 5 sets. If I'm doing 3 sets, I like the number of reps to be about 10 to 15. And if I'm doing 5 sets, I'll do reps of 10. I like the magic number of 50 reps per exercise. I think that's a good amount of repetitions to get the time under tension, to get the hormonal response you want to get from exercise. So we know that when we are increasing muscle size, we have to optimize our testosterone levels, which are influenced by our eat, sleeping, and training behavior. So we're making sure that we are eating adequate amounts of protein, that we can synthesize that into muscle. And so food, sleep, and then also managing your calorie intake, depending on how much you move per day, is really important when you're trying to increase muscle size. So when it comes to training, I won the Class C here in this picture, and I got my body fat down to about 6% in that picture. No, actually, that picture I was probably at 8%, but the lowest I've gone is 6%. And the worst you're gonna feel is in that 6 to 7% range. You're gonna feel very depleted. You're not gonna feel that great, but you're gonna look awesome, right? You're gonna be as shredded as you've ever been. When I took my first show, I was actually at 6%, and I didn't really see it as a diet change, or I didn't see it as like a major change. I just thought I was just as ripped as possible. Basically, I was surfing a lot, moving a lot, working out a lot, and eating like tons and tons of vegetables. Vegetables were super high when I was at my lowest percentile body fat. And so now I am at 225. My goal is to be 220, but just try to lose as much fat as possible and try to increase and keep the size of muscle tone. So my goal right now is, training 3 to 5 times per week, either full body training or either upper body training or lower body training or a little bit of everything. I have strict routines that I can plan out and map out for people that like routines, but for me, I kind of gear it on how I feel that day, when the last time I hit a certain muscle group. And although it's okay and probably better for you're gonna be more optimized when you're programming your training. There's gonna be results and research that will show that if you stick to a program, you're gonna get stronger than if you don't stick to a program. I understand that, but I've been training for over 20 years, so I don't necessarily have to partake in a specific program per se. I've never been able to keep to a specific routine unless I am spending some money on a certification and I really have to learn that system. Right now, I'm going back to my old system, which is basically bodybuilding. And so in this system of training, hypertrophy is the goal. I am hitting chest 2 to 3 times per week. I'm hitting arms 2 to 3 times per week, legs 2 to 3 times per week, shoulders, core, everything 2 to 3 times per week. I like to split my workouts like an upper body set, like a push-pull, or arms and shoulders. And then lower body, I like either quad dominant like your squats, and then a hamstring dominant like your hamstrings. So I don't always do that. Like for instance, I'll go over my week this week. First day was legs mainly. I always hit core, and I always do like an hour of walking each time I work out, either an hour of walking or a half hour of walking. So first day this week was was legs. So we did squats and deadlifts, and I did quad and hamstring that day, but I didn't do any adductor or abductor work. Okay, so I did squats, deadlifts. I may have hit maybe just a little bit of arms, and I definitely did core. The next day was mainly push-pull and core, and then the following day I went to arms and legs. So I went back to arms and legs, or I went back to legs, but I also did arms. And then this last day I did mainly shoulders and core. So that's kind of how I split up my training. It goes from upper body to lower body to full body training, depending on what I train last. But that's what my phase of training is right now. If you have questions about it, what I'm experiencing, I definitely feel fuller. I'm taking creatine, I'm taking arginine, I'm taking amino acids. So I'm taking as much as I can to optimize hypertrophy, because you need to do that. You need to be taking creatine 5 grams per day, amino acids daily. I take a stimulant pre-workout before the workout. Just gives me more energy, and caffeine isn't a bad thing. Helps you stay focused, gives you more, acute energy. So, I mean, it really helps kind of drive your workout. And then other than that, I'll take multivitamin, omega-3, vitamin D. If I'm, that's if I'm being consistent. I also like ZMA. I try to take that before bed now with boron. So trying to optimize my sleep and then optimize my hormones right now. So testosterone levels, I got them checked. They're pretty good. I have very high free testosterone, which is great. And I'm working on increasing my, I have low free and I have high total. So that's what I'm working on.